Hey everybody, welcome back to the PTM AC Customs Garage. Well, here we go. My least favorite category, shields. Hey though, I can at least say that doing this has helped me learn them a little bit better. I still wish there was more of an actual parry bonus, but these do get interesting when you see how each one is really different from one another. The shields on today's list, they are the SI-24 SUQ5, the VP61PS, the SI-27 SUR8, the VP61PB, the SI-29 SUTTC, the VE61PSA, and the IBC03W4 NGI028. Yeah, they're all just randomish part numbers. No names. This will be real fun. Well then, let's get it on. First up is the SI-24 SUQ5. Pretty much the starter shield. It is available by default in the store for a mere 43,000 credits, so Takigawa doesn't make you pay for the branding like Archivist likes to do sometimes, and it is equipped on G3's AC Li Long. It is a standard pulse shield developed by Takigawa Harmonix, generally unremarkable in terms of performance, but is well balanced for its low energy footprint. It also offers a relatively long initial guard duration for ease of use. This guy is pretty much just intended to introduce you to the world of shields, but is pretty lacking in damage and impact buffering. Unfortunately, all of the shields on today's list are energy-based shields that build up heat as they are deployed and take damage, resulting in a cooldown. Rip to the physical shields Balaam lets its MTs use, I guess. Guess we don't get them. The damage mitigation is 45% of the damage incoming. The impact dampening is 25% of the incoming impact. The initial guard, which is the immediate state of the shield when it's deployed. The initial guard damage mitigation is 65%, the initial guard impact dampening is 75%, and the initial guard duration is 1 second, with a deploy heat buildup of 160, so it's real friendly with redeploying it. Its deployment range is 180 degrees in front of the AC, its cooling is 88, it weighs 2010 Miyazakis and has an energy load of 220. You start with access to this shield, so it's easy to learn about initial guard with, but the numbers are so poor, you may have a difficult time telling if you're successfully shielding or not. Second on the list is the VP61S. Still a basic shield, but it also is a good place to start with the shields if you want to skip the first one in its crappy numbers. This one is available in the parts store for beating Attack the Watchpoint for 123,000 credits. It's equipped on Nozak's AC Bitter Promise, Maeterlinck's AC Infection, Swinburne's AC Guidance, and Kate Markson's AC Transcriber. It is a pulse shield developed by Archivist, used by the Vespers. This shield boasts excellent damage negation. It has a window of heightened output immediately after deploying the shield that is capable of canceling out incoming fire. Yeah, I don't know if I would necessarily say excellent damage negation, but it's pretty solid at doing the job nonetheless. The damage mitigation is 58%, the impact dampening is 40%, its initial guard damage mitigation is 72%, the initial guard impact dampening is 80%, and the initial guard lasts a duration of 0.6 seconds on this shield, with a deployed heat buildup of 205. The deployment range covers the front 180 degrees, it has a cooling of 144, it weighs 2,700 Miyazakis and has an energy load of 310. It's real basic, good for learning how shields work on Rubicon without being absolute garbage, kind of an upgrade to the last one. Covers 180 degrees in a flat concave rectangular there, look at it, that's the shape of it. The one we just looked at before that one has kind of like the same shape but like little curves on top. Most of these shields cover the same degree of coverage, except for one. Alright, next up is the SI-27 SUR8. It can be bought for 100,000 credits after stomping the Ice Worm at the end of Chapter 3. It is equipped on Iguana's AC Headbringer and his Mind Gamma build later on. It's a circular pulse shield developed by Takigawa Harmonix. Concave design improves efficiency of fire interception. The shield is optimized for standard deflection, resulting in a relatively brief initial guard duration. Though the initial guard is still stronger than the standard damage mitigation on it, so okay. The damage mitigation is 63%, the impact dampening is 48%, the initial guard damage mitigation is 87%, and the initial guard impact dampening is 79%. And the initial guard duration is a quick 0.3 seconds with a deploy heat buildup of 140. This one is kind of really like the first one that starts introducing you to actually fusing the initial guard as a parry mechanic. The circle somehow covers 180 degrees. I guess I could see that. The cooling is 110. It weighs 3050 Miyazakis and has a 258 energy load. This is a shield where we have a specialization in standard guarding, but still benefits the user pretty well for trying to utilize initial guard. It's just harder to do with that 0.3 second time frame it exists within. I don't know, but I think that flavor text about specializing in standard blocking is just Takigawa justifying its shortcomings. Oh, and I think I mentioned it's round. Next, we have the VP61PB. This is available after the Chapter 1 mission Attack the Watchpoint for 76,000 credits in the parts store. Really? Archibus is just giving this one away, huh? And it is also only found on Pater's AC Dual Nature. It is a pulse buckler developed by Archibus, has high initial guard output but only deploys for a short duration, requiring the user to predictively deploy in anticipation of when the enemy attacks will land. Bucklers are the parry shields. They provide the most protection when first deployed and then almost entirely fall off for standard guarding. Its damage mitigation is only 35% and its impact dampening is also only 35%, but its initial guard damage mitigation is a huge 96% and the initial guard impact dampening is 95%, but it only lasts for 0.4 seconds for the duration, so get good. Get better at it than I am. Its deploy heat buildup is 320, giving you around 3 deploys before really risking an overheat, so maybe try not to use them back to back so often. This has a deployment range of 180 degrees like the rest of them. The cooling is 132, it weighs 1,920 Miyazakis, nice and light, and the energy load is 285. Okay, first real parry shield on the list, and probably the best one. If you have good timing with popping the shield, this one is amazing. It's especially good for negating the big guns that an AC might be carrying, just gotta practice the timing, and have something hiding behind it charged up and ready to reply to their attack with, like a charged Burger or a charged Harris. Maybe a good hard melee swing. The shape this pops out in is a small diamond, but it still has 180 degree coverage, somehow. The SI-29 SUTTC is the other buckler on the list, and it is made available after Operation Wall Climber for 62,000 credits. Wow, shields are cheap. Little Zai has one of these on her AC UU. It is the pulse buckler developed by Takigawa Harmonics. It features a relatively long initial guard duration and reliably cancels out enemy fire. However, reduced output during regular guarding hinders sustained defense potential. It's the easy mode initial guard shield, so it kinda sucks in the long run. I'll show you why. To be expected, its damage mitigation is a measly 30%, with a respectable impact dampening of 56%, at least more respectable than the damage mitigation. And now for why it's subpar. The initial guard damage mitigation is only 82%. I know that's pretty good, but really for a shield like this, should be better. Just get the timing better for the Archibus version's 96%, really. Moving on though, the initial guard impact dampening is also lower at 76%, but it does have the longest initial guard duration of 1.6 seconds, with a deploy heat buildup of 480. Woof. Careful when you use this one. You really don't want to use this one over and over again. It has a deployment range of 180 degrees. Again, it has great cooling with that 142. It is a little heavy, weighing 3,380 Miyazakis, and has a kind of expensive 385 energy load. Sure, it's cheap to buy with credits, but it's expensive on the energy use, heavy, and the output is a bit lacking for the job it's meant to do. It has a kite shape to it, which I do actually like that about it. Next up is the VE61 PSA. This is the big board we all think of when we think of a shield, and it behaves a bit more like a standard shield does as well. This one is unlocked when you squish the Ice Worm in the New Game Plus, and can be bought for 197,000 credits in the parts store once that's done. Yep, back to expensive. King's AC Aster Crown has one equipped on it, and he makes sure you see it every time you fight him. It is a pulse scutum, developed by Arquebus's Advanced Development Division. Unlike other models, this shield must remain idle for a short time after deployment to exhibit its true potential. Regular guarding provides higher damage mitigation than initial guard. Scutums are the old Roman Empire shields that were real tall, rectangular, and rounded. Don't worry, it still only covers 180 degrees, just like the tiny diamond shield that was right before this one from Arquebus. The damage mitigation is maxed out at 86%, the impact dampening is maxed out at 70%, but the initial guard damage mitigation is a pitiful 21%, and the initial guard's impact dampening is only 18%. It takes 4 whole seconds for that shield to charge up, so careful not to waste it by charging it up on targets while they're shooting at you. Get out and try to get it charged up and running before they're really able to hit you too much. Once that first 4 seconds is done though, and it's fully good, get in there and start to charge up your shit. The deploy heat buildup is 270, so you'll get plenty of tries to get it up and running, as long as you play smart and don't let it overheat. As I mentioned, it is still only boasting 180 degree deployment range. Its cooling is 113. This one is even heavier at 4,100 Miyazakis in weight, and it costs 480 energy load to use. Whew, man, that's expensive to use. But worth it if you can get that shield to full power. King uses it to charge up his triple threat laser, and I do think this one works particularly well with Tetras and big back mounted cannons. Maybe a tank too, but a mobile tank to disengage the enemy for charging the shield up. Last is the Ibis series shield, the IBC03W4 NGI-028 Coral shield. I wasn't going to sully the Coral weapon video with what is probably the disappointment Coral part. It's also tricky to find. You'll need to progress to New Game Plus and then go through the All Mine mission path to the mission Regain Control of this island. Tucked away on a raised platform with a couple of losers in the middle of the last room with the parasite modules in it. Right around here. Don't mind the chaos here, just eliminate all of it. This of course means you won't get this until there is only one thing really left to do in the game besides PvP, or start over. But at least it's free. The shield is equipped on both Wally's Ibis series HAL AC and Air's AC Echo. By the time you get this shield, you should have seen really both of those ACs, at the very least Walters. It was a prototype Coral shield developed long ago by the Rubicon Research Institute. Application of energy interference to the coral's swarm intelligence manipulates the arrangement of coral particles, creating a 360-degree defense. One thing that is nice about the shield is that it is not weak to pulse tech. Every other shield on this list gets eaten alive by pulse weaponry, but not this one. But it's still not that great. Its damage mitigation is only 55%, the impact dampening is 42%, its initial guard damage mitigation is 68%, the initial guard impact dampening is 57%, its initial guard duration is 0.8 seconds, and it deploys real hot with a 450 deploy heat buildup. It has that 360 degree deployment range, but the cooling is slow at only 100. It weighs 2,070 Miyazakis and costs a massively expensive 800 energy load. Hope you brought some juice, or an ephemera core. Why did they make it so bad? If I hear someone say game balance, you're getting thrown out a window. Man, make it godlike and lock it out of PvP or something. But then again, you don't really have much else but PvP to do by the time you get it. Such a disappointment that 360 degree coverage and a lack of weakness means we still don't get our actual wall build. Though Silver Glint made a wall build using this that, with practice, is very hard to climb. Alright, well, okay, I'll admit, doing this video has kind of opened me up a little bit more to some shield use. I still wish there was a better parry mechanic, but oh well. Maybe I'll start making some sword and board builds. Ooh, I know. Let's do that for a PTM Fight Club. Hope you all enjoyed. Leave the things down there if you did. I do believe it is time, next time, to cap this off with the big bad coral weapons. I'll see you in the nest.